So Replit just released their new agent and it's wild what it can do. Tools like Lovable are great, but they only build the part of the apps that users see, like buttons, forms, pages. But if you want your app to actually save data, send emails, process payments, or anything that's useful, you're going to have to connect it to make.com or anything in the background to build out that workflow. The difference with Agent that Replit has just released is it builds the front end to the app in one go. So instead of you just building this nice interface and then figuring out how to make it actually work, you can get a completely working application in one prompt. Think of it like this: Lovable makes your car look nice, does the paint job, leather seats, shiny wheels, etc., but it leaves the car with no engine. So it looks good, but you can't actually drive the car anywhere. The difference with Agent Tree is it does that same job. It makes the car look nice, but it also builds the engine for the car. So it looks great, but it can actually get you where you need to go. Today, we're going to build an app for e-commerce companies to create ads and images for them. We're going to let Agent Tree completely handle the whole build, show you how it works. And I'm curious to see if this actually works as smoothly as they claim, because if it does, it changes how we approach app building completely. Okay, so like I said before, we're going to build an app for e-com brands, and essentially we're going to allow them to upload an image of their product that they want to create ads for. They can assign a bunch of variables to tell us what type of ad creative they want this AI to produce. It's going to be an AI app. So now an e-commerce brand will usually have a product like this, in which they will run multiple ads on every single day, sometimes up to the hundreds. Now, to create these ads, they need to use these images, and they can either go out and pay people to create images for them, or they can do what we're doing today, which is have AI create these images. So to give you a better example of what I'm talking about, we have this brand called Footwear, and if we come over here to Facebook ads library and we change the location to all, and we add a category, all ads, and we search up hike footwear, we'll be able to see all of the active ads that they have at the moment. And you can see here there is over 820 results, and it's just a bunch of images in which they will have to create manually, or they will have to create in some sort of way to post all of these ads. So you can see a bunch of them are videos, but a lot of them are images. So that's essentially what we're going to do. We're going to have AI speed up this process. So instead of them having to go out and pay a model to put this shoe on their foot and take pictures, we're going to have AI create these ads for them, in which they pay a lot of money for. Okay, so back over here in Replit, I'm going to prompt this and tell it exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to use this. I want to create an app for e-commerce store owners in which they can upload images of their product, and in return they can get a bunch of AI image generations, which are ad creatives for that same product, in which they can use when they are paying for ads. The ideal scenario for this app is the person can upload images and select a bunch of variables, like if they want to include text and what style of background, and a bunch of different variables in which will go into the play when we are prompting the AI to create the images. They should also have the option to select how many images they want, maybe making this with a max selection of 8 images that they can reduce at any one time. We are only going to allow them to select photos when they want to produce these images. So no videos, just images. Please create this app and make sure there is an OpenAI integration. So whenever the store owner uploads images and we send it off in the form with all of the other variables, OpenAI will create the images for this product. Each image must have a different prompt, so we don't get the same image multiple times. We want each image to be different, have its own style, and have its own appearance, so we don't just create duplicate images. Okay, so now I pasted that in here, and it should be able to create this app for us. So I'm going to come down here. You can also select a theme. I am going to select this quadratic theme. It looks fine. And I'm going to start this chat. Now, when I start this, it's going to begin the process of going back and forth with me. As you can see up here, we are in the planning stage before we go into the building stage. It's going to come back to me with a couple of suggestions to what this app should look like. And then I can confirm or deny them, add stuff, take away stuff, etc. Okay, so now you can see it went through the thought process and it output this, an AI image ad generator for e-commerce store owners to create marketing visuals for product images. I'll include the following features. So we have a product image uploader interface with a drag and drop functionality, customization form with variables like text inclusion, background style, image styles, color schemes, etc. We have image quantity selector. We have an OpenAI integration. We have a unique prompt generation system to ensure diverse image outputs. We have a generated image gallery with download options. And we also have a responsive design optimized for e-commerce workflows. So that's essentially what this whole app is going to do. And we're going to go ahead down here and we're going to select build the entire app. And what this is going to do is it's going to do all of them backend integrations that Lovable is not able to do. So you can see up here, it's going to connect to OpenAI for us. So we don't have to create anything in n8n or anything in make.com. And this is the key separator which separates this from Lovable. Down here we have the option to select build the entire app, or we can just start with the design, which is basically what Lovable would do, where it would just build the front end. So you can see down here it says best if you want to see a design prototype first, then iterate on visuals or features, and then here we have build the entire app, which is best if you want an agent to build the full functionality of your app. We're going to select this one and we're going to start building it straight away. Now you can see here we have a preview will be available soon. So it goes through this step. It's going to build all the app. It's also going to test the app for us. So on Lovable, when it builds something, you have to go through and you have to test everything to see if it's working. On this, the agent from Replit is going to go through that process and it's going to test everything to make sure it's working for us. If it's not working, it's going to reiterate on itself and it's going to fix it. So it's going to be, in theory, it should be a lot more accurate than Lovable, but we'll see whenever this is ready, and it should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so the app has now finished, and essentially it's just done what Lovable would usually do. So it's created the front end to the app. It's created basically the form and everything that we can use. You can upload images, etc. But what it has also done is, as you can see down here, it's asking me for my OpenAI key. And like we previously prompted it, is we want to create images. As soon as somebody submits this form, they should be able to, all of their variables that they fill in this form should be sent off to OpenAI to create the images and return the generated ads. And that's what Replit is able to do that Lovable is not able to do. It's able to instantly connect all of this up for us. And all we have to do now is follow these instructions up here that it has outputted, telling us to go to this URL, add some payment information that we will be charged based on usage, go to the API section and input the API here. So I'm going to go over to this URL that has given me. I'm going to create a new key called test Replit. We're going to create this key. I'm going to copy this key and I'm going to bring it back over to Replit. And I'm going to give Replit access to this key, and I'm going to press continue. And now this app should have access to my OpenAI key, and it should be able to create images based on what we've uploaded. So you can see here in the form, it asks us to upload some images. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select an image that we want to create ads for. The industry, we're going to select fashion and apparel. Background, we are going to use realistic. Text option, we're not going to use text. Let's create 2 images. High fashion photography style, and we're going to press generate images, and it said that the AI image generation has started. Now, like most apps, when you try to build them first time, there is going to be a couple of issues. So when I submitted that image, nothing came back, so obviously there is an issue. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say to Replit, when I submitted an image, nothing happened. I didn't go into a loading state, and more importantly, I didn't receive any of the images, which leads me to believe that you didn't actually send them to OpenAI. Please fix this code and make sure that the image uploads and the form information that is filled out is sent over to OpenAI with a specific prompt to make sure that each image is different and has a different style, background, etc. And make sure that when we get them images returned, that you display them correctly. When I press create, it just kept me in the customize screen. So screen number 2, which is customize, and it didn't bring me over to number 3, which is generate, which is another issue. But the key topic here is that it didn't actually create the images after we've uploaded and filled out the form. So now we're going to send this off to this Replit agent, and it should be able to go through all of this and test it. So when we upload this, what we're going to see now is the Replit agent is actually going to spin up this app itself, and it's going to go through and it's going to click each part of the app to make sure it's actually working. Again, this is something that Lovable can't do, because Lovable is just going to go and make the change that it thinks it needs to make, and then you're going to have to go through the process again of trying to see if it worked, trying to see if anything else is broken. Whereas with Replit, it's going to do that for you. So it's going to go through and see if the changes it made has worked. It's going to click the buttons, it's going to do all of that and essentially act as a developer for you and just report back to you. Replit has spun up basically a browser, and the AI agent is going to go through and test everything on this app. So if I click in here, we can watch this AI agent actually work, and you can see that we have a cursor over here, and this is going to move around and test all of the uploads and everything in the app to make sure it's working. And after, it should be able to determine what's working and what's not working, so it knows what to change and what to fix, etc. This is again obviously something that Lovable doesn't have, and this is what makes this Replit agent a lot more advanced than Lovable. It makes it also a lot easier to build these apps, as you can just have this AI agent run through and test everything for you. Okay, so you've seen it's able to make most of these changes and most of these fixes itself by just using the AI agent that it has access to. So if we go through here now, we can upload some images. So I'm going to upload this image here of these hiking shoes. So we can upload them. We can select a industry. It's going to be fashion and apparel. We will select realistic. We won't add any text, and we'll output, let's say, maybe 8 images. And if we press generate these AI add images, then you can see over here it's generating the images. It says it's generating the images here, and this is going to essentially send these over to the OpenAI by using our API key. And whenever these images are finished, then over here it's going to output these in the app. Obviously we have run out of credits, so be aware you will run out of credits pretty quickly, and it is $25 a month if you want to upgrade. But these are some of the images that I've saved from the first output. So you can see here, by just using that simple image that we've uploaded, OpenAI was able to output images like this, in which can be used in the ad creative. So that is the power of being able to use this Replit to create an app and basically have all of the backend workflow completely done for you using Replit's agent, which I think is quite good. Obviously, you can get into some steep usage if you continue to use the AI agent continuously, making changes, small changes. But I do think this is game changing for app development compared to Lovable. While Lovable is still good at creating that front end and the interface and making it look nice, I think Replit just takes it a step further by being able to do all of the back-end stuff and being able to create automations by just using prompts. Essentially be able to create the make.com workflows for you. Although it's not able to do complex ones and it's very, very basic, it still is able to do it, which means that in the future it's only going to get better. And it kind of tells you where this industry is going. But be sure, if you want to learn more and learn how to build your own AI automation agency like myself and start selling AI automations to clients, click the first link in the description. Also, leave a like and subscribe and tell me in the comments what videos you want to see next.